Bashim Yahweh to all the brothers. Y'all was called the son by Shim Yahweh coming around there. Bashim Yahweh to all the sisters. Priest and officer Mariah. Alright, so y'all know I want to do that in Hebrew. But Shalom, Yashala, Anyak Tazayan, Wakahan, Marah, Ma'or Kakayahayawam. Alright, I got what I just said in Hebrew is Shalom to Israel. I'm officer and priest Mariah, teacher for the day, right? Y'all know 1611 Bible. I don't know if y'all can see this. 1611 Bible. Let me get a little bit closer. Can y'all see? Let me get a little bit lighter. There we go. 1611 Bible. Back it up, son. I'm trying to work with it. Gotta get this, man. Gotta get the 1611 Bible. Another good book. Biblical Hebrew text and workbook. Gotta get this as well. Alright. So now, y'all know that this is the Hebrew class, right? I'm not sure if y'all can hear me because the mic is all the way over here. But all right, here we go. Let's check and make sure we back up Barzal. No, you can check that for the settings. All right. Now, with that being said, Salaki, y'all, I was just bringing out those two books because those two books are very, very important for the Hebrew. All right. 1611, the 1611 Bible right here. Right. This one tells you who actually translated the Bible. Okay. It tells you who translated the Bible. You can see it right here on these pages highlighted. Breaks down to you, translated, who did what. Let me see, hold on. Here we go right here. Let you know who translated the Apocrypha, all that. Where they came from, Cambridge, Westminster, all the names. All right. Like I said, all the scholars who translated the Bible. Okay. So can't nobody, and it starts right here. It starts to explain the reason for the translation. All right. Now, with that being said, 1611, you need this, all right? Now, also, the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Just to show y'all again. Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Another good one, right? Breaks down, the reason I got this is because I'm going to go into a few different things out of the workbook, things that we already know, and things which, things that the seven heads and the brothers that was in the school back in the day, before they left, they all went through this and did everything they had to do and searched everything out. So now we can have it today and we can just, pull up everything we need, all right? So of course we gotta, we use our books, so everything is highlighted. And here, you know what I mean? These are our personal study. Right now, these books is good for a reference, but we already have all this stuff in the school. Y'all know I like to start off, just show y'all some of this stuff. Now, like I said, this is just a reference because a lot of this we already have in the school. All right, and the stuff that we don't have is the Yiddish. And there's literally a specific reason why we don't use that Yiddish, because it's not necessary. Everything else that you see in there, we already have. All right. So let's get into the class. I want to start off, I want to read a few things some of these things that I have circled in here, I want to read to you. All right? I want to read some of this to you out the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. All right? I don't know, I got to try to angle this a little bit more. Something get a little bit more light. Move it closer to something. Try to get some more light. Because it looks like something is in the way of this. Oh, all right, I see. But anyway, so y'all. So we on page, let me see if we can move this just a little bit closer. No, you ain't got to do all that. This should stretch pretty much. Trying to get that little circle out of the camera. There we go. That's good enough. All right, so is there a way that we can make this not lean? Leaned a little bit. But so let's do it. We're on page 390. Terrell, I want to start with 390. Now I want to start with 3, where is it? All right, none of this. All right, I'm gonna start with 386. I'm gonna go to 390, and I'm gonna go to 384. All right. So we're gonna start with 386. Syntax. This is the word syntax. All right. And I don't know if y'all can see this. I try to get close as hell for y'all. There we go. The word syntax. It says the branch of grammar which deals with the arrangement of words. All right. Meaning how words are put together to form a sentence. And how the arrangement and the meaning conveyed are related. Meaning how the words are related, that when you form the sentence, which word goes before the other, or which word comes after and how they're related. Syntax addresses such issues as the construction and placement of phrases, clauses, direct speech, and agreements of nouns and adjectives, and use of tenses. So that's what syntax is. Syntax deals with the structure of a sentence or a phrase, all right? So now we're gonna go to page 390. I'm doing a little jumping back and forth, right? We're gonna go to page 390 and do word order. Okay? Let me mark this off real quick too while we're here. Go ahead. Oh, no, all right, no sweat. So we're gonna do word order. I'm gonna mark this off real quick. I got a second, just so I can remember my order that I'm going in. All right. Good. I think it might be the other marker too. Oh no, let's see it. It might be that. All right, so this is word order. The usual word order. Let me show you. This is page 390 at the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Word order. All right. It says the usual word order of a biblical verse is. So it's about to tell us. Verb formed by its subject. So like a verb followed by its subject. First is the verb, then it's the subject of the verb. All right, which is usually the noun. Okay. If there is an independent subject, all right, then the indirect object followed by the direct object. Okay. Other features such as adjectives and adverbs, which may be single words, phrases, or clauses, are fitted in, of course. Word order is often varied for emphasis or for euphony. Right? I don't know what the hell that word is, but if you see it right here, what we just read, all right. Now, I want to, this is the reason why I pulled this too. Another good reason to bring this out. When it says word order is often varied for emphasis, that lets you know, I put this up on a board the other week, that we are not Esau, man. We're not the oppressor. You're not just going to, we're not complete textbook. It has to be this way or I'm going to beat you. That we're not built off oppression. we got a way our words should be formed and the way our sentences should be formed. And we stick to those rules, but we also have a sense of freedom. And slang is a form of freedom, is a form of, this is how they say freedom of religion, freedom of expression. Our words ain't even slaves. Our rules are not slaves. They have a Sabbath. It's called slang. Our words got a free time where they can be placed in a different way, or where we can say them the way we want to say them. For emphasis, or for whatever that word was, euphony, whatever that was, right? But I wanted to bring that out in last part, just to show, just like what I was saying last week, that even though we got, let me show you this. Even though when you speak in Hebrew, just like we read, verb comes first, right? Verb, then the subject, which would be the noun, the person, place, or a thing. Then the thing that describes the noun, all right? Which they call the indirect subject, right? Boom, boom. I messed that up, but I tried to fix it, right? So then what describes the noun? So the noun, and then I'll put this in parentheses for what describes the noun, right? So it would be rain, right? And then I, and then in a black jacket, or how about this? In my, right? In my black jacket, and then so like it would actually be rain and then to the store. I forgot this right here. So it's verb and then what describes the verb. All right. So it's the verb and then what describes the verb. Right? It's like you. And then it's the noun. So it's the verb and then what describes the verb, and then the noun and then what describes the noun. So ran and then to the store, right? To the store, and then I, and then in my black jacket is how you would say it. I would say ran to the store, I, in my black jacket. Now I know that that's sideways. I could have erased some stuff and all that, and sort of spreaded it out. But in English, this is what you're saying. I ran to the store, right? To the store in my black jacket. Now in school, this is a cover. Not a jacket, it's a cover, but just so y'all get what I'm trying to say. So the verb comes first in our language, and then what describes the verb, right? And then the noun. So 1, 2, then 3, and then 4. It should be this right here. Now if you can see this, I know up there it looks like a whole bunch of chicken scratch, right? But if you can, I can get it better, to make it a lot neater. But if you can see, our language is simple. Ran to the store, I in my black jacket, and ran and then to the store, and then I in my black jacket. Now, if you notice, in Hebrew it might say, you might have I ran, right? As a part of this word. It might have the emphasis of I to say that I did this, right? And then you have to the store all this would be one word. La, ha, whatever store is, right? And then I, right? Or it would be built in here, so ran I to the store, and then this would be maybe one or two words. In my black, and then jacket, or actually, in Hebrew, it would actually go like this. It would actually go, let's put this on the side, in my jacket, black. Because remember, it's whatever describes the person, place, or a thing. So it would actually go, this would actually be separate. This would be one word right here, and then this would be 5. I'm gonna do it over because I just wrote it all crazy, and I don't know how y'all gonna understand it, but I just want to show you. So this would be a separate word. So it would be ran I, this would be one word, to the store would be another word, and then in my black, or in my jacket, and then black would be last. All right? And I'll show you. Okay? So Barzal, do this for me. Look up a scripture in the Old Testament where it says run or ran, right? So just type that in, and we'll put it up here, and I'll show you, right? So we'll put the order, verb, then describe the verb, all right? And then to the noun. So the noun comes next, and then you describe the noun. Okay, so that's it. Now, once again, if you got, a noun and then you describe it, and then you got to describe the description, you get what I'm trying to say. So, meaning, how I said, I ran, which would be one word, to the store, and then jacket, and then black, right? So in my jacket, black with blue fringes. You get it? So if I wanted to say, in my black jacket with blue fringes, right? So in Hebrew, it would go just like this, jacket, right? Because remember, it's right to left. Hebrew goes right to left. It will go jacket, black, describing the jacket, right? Describing the jacket. And then fringes, or with fringes. With fringes, blue. Describing the fringes, right? If you had blue fringes. Now, all of this is all describing the jacket, but it goes jacket black, then further describing the jacket, fringes blue, describing the fringes. All right. So just so y'all can get how what it was trying to say, and use different sort of different wording. But this is what it says. It says word order. The usual word order of a biblical verse is verb followed by a subject. So the verb followed by the subject of the verb. Ran to the store, running and then to the store, but would be the verb in the description, and then the subject of the verb would be I. All right. Now, because like I said, I will be built into ran for I ran, because that's how our words are put together. All right. So followed by a subject, the noun, and then it says if there is an independent subject, right? It says then, meaning if the subject is independent of the verb, right? So if Tony, see, just going to use the word Tony. If Tony is the subject of what we're talking about, I would put I ran to the store, right? Or ran I to the store with Tony or for Tony, right? In my black jacket with blue fringes, right? So I would actually describe it. So I would say I ran to the store for Tony and my black jacket with blue fringes, or I ran to the store in my black jacket with blue fringes for Tony. We wouldn't say that because once again, we're not asking you a damn fashion description. We want to know what happened, where did you go, why? And and then you would tell them, I did this, I ran to the store for Tony. Then you describe in how you ran to the store or what you had on. In my such and such, right? Because remember, the importance is what the hell we doing. I don't want to hear you for damn fashion trend when I'm asking you, where did you go? You know what I mean? You might ask your real, well, what you have on? Like, let me know where you went, where you was at, and what you had on when you went. Look, you got to do that sometimes for some reasons. You got to know where the hell they at and what they were. Just like that. Or your kids, your daughter. You know what I mean? Or your son, if you, trying to ask him, what the hell are you putting on out there? And he said, but you want to know what he's doing. You'll get the fashion statement later. And that's just a fact, especially for daughters. For daughters, you like, listen, where were you at? All right, what the hell you had on while you was there? So, you definitely want to get the important parts first. So you would say, ran to the store for Tony in my black jacket with blue fringes. So that's what it's saying if the subject is independent. All right. Now let's keep going. It says, then the indirect object followed by the direct object. All right. So we get the indirect object followed by the direct object. We explained all that with the with the fringes blue, all that. All right, because remember in English it would go black jacket, blue fringes. In Hebrew is jacket black, fringes blue. So the color is is actually like the indirect object. All right, but this is how it's written. All right. Now let's keep going. Hold on. Did you ever find a scripture for me that said rain? Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 31.
Go ahead.
But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary.
Now, give me the scripture. Where you at? Isaiah.
Come, Isaiah 40 and verse 31.
Isaiah 40 and verse 31. We're going to take that same word, rain. Now, that scripture right there, just so y'all know, was describing when Christ returned. And after we get put in the 144,000 and the innumerable multitude dressed in white is taken up into the chariots, then put down in the wilderness. And 144,000, we form that army if we make it, and we let loose. That's what that's talking about. The things we're going to do after we train in that wilderness, It's gonna be terrible for these heathens, man. It's gonna be terrible. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna get the word ran. What was the verse?
Isaiah 40 and verse 31.
Isaiah 40 and verse 31. So we're gonna use the word that they use for rain. All right, and that word is boom, boom, boom. They shall mount up with wings. They shall run. Ratzazah. All right. So Ratzazah. All right. Now I'm gonna use the same word again, y'all. This is a good example for what I want to put up next on the board. I'm gonna use this word again. Y'all remember this concordance number, and you can't see it on here either. You can see a little bit, but it's right here, run. The word Ratzazah. It got how it's actually used the way we're gonna use it in a second, but we about to use the root word right now, Ratzazah. All right, and this is gonna be good for an example later. So let's actually form this, right? So the word rain, now y'all pretty much get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But rain, Ratzazah. Now, this is how you say something past tense, because you're saying you did this already. Ra, and then Tazah. But remember, you're saying I ran. If you say anything I past tense that you did, it's Tha and Ya. Thayah. Ratzazah Thayah, which is, let me put how you pronounce it. Ra, and then meaning the Ra and Wa connected. Tazah, and then Thayah. Lakitha. Ya. Ratzazah Thayah means I ran. And it's past tense. Right? It's past tense. I ran past tense to the store. La. Give me Deuteronomy 28. Storehouse. I mean Deuteronomy 28 and 16, when it says you shall have no basket or store. That vicious curse that the Lord put on us for disobeying his law. If we disobeyed, and we did, he said he was going to put that on there. 2, la. Now, the formal way would put ha right here. La ha, to say to the, right? To and then the. To the, right? But remember, ha, you don't always have to put. You could, but you don't, it's not necessary. So once you give me the scripture, I'm gonna actually screenshot this because I'm gonna come back to it. Go ahead, let me get the scripture. For sure.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shall you be in the field.
Cursed shall be thy baskets in thy store.
Cursed shall be what?
Thy basket in thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Go ahead.
Cursed shall be.
That was the end of the verse. All right, what verse was that?
Verse 17.
Verse 17. So Deuteronomy 28 and 17. And this is why I love the Hebrew class, man, because you get to see the proof. The fact that we can go into the actual, even though this is ancient Hebrew, but I'll show you what's on here is the Assyrian. Even though you can go into the Assyrian, even though it's the Assyrian letters, you can still go ahead and learn. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So let me see. 28 and 17. You can actually look it up, and can't nobody deny what we're saying, because even though this is on a computer, which is a phone, it's all the exact words from the original text in the exact order. Or somebody would be suing Blue Letter Bible. And who do you think would sue him? You think it would be an Israelite? Take a wild guess who would sue. Take a wild guess who would say that this would be incorrect. Your neighborhood Spider-Man, goddamn Jewish man, Amalek, the oppressor, he would say that it's wrong. Because he's the chosen people of God, according to him. So he would have to make sure it's right. Well, now we got this. So when they say nobody has proof that that's true, yeah, we do. It's right. Hey, look, it's on your computer screen. Every word digital. They got a damn app. Hold on, let me show you this app. I screenshotted this when I seen it when I seen an ad on Facebook. This right here. Let me show y'all this picture. This is what I need. You see that? That's called, what's the name of this? X-scan document scanning. Now you can do the same thing. You can write it out in ancient Hebrew and just document it, have it that way. You know what I mean? You can take a picture of it. It'll take your words that you wrote on a page and put it in the document. How easy is that? Come on, man. Anyway, let's get back to it. All right. But now they can't deny it. So it says no basket and no store. Let's see what the word store was. They used Masha Arab. All right, Masha Arab. So that's store. So they use for store. Okay. But we was using that store twice. Okay. It's a netting trough. A vessel, boom, boom, boom. They use it as a to say just what you put your goods in. No basket or no store. A netting trough, meaning another form of something like a bag. All right. So we could try to use some. What could we try to use for the store today? We'll just use that same one. Mashallah. All right. La. Now this is why you wouldn't put ha, because this is already a ridiculously long word. So if I add ha in the beginning, la ha, ma, sha, ra. All right. Ma, sha, ra. Now you got la ha, ma, sha, ra. Now you could say that, and it will be formal. Or you just do this right here. You see that? You just put the damn word together and say la mashara. See? This is why you gotta love our culture. Because we're not Esau, man. La ma sha ra. La mashara meaning two. And then the same thing, but in this case it's assumed, store. Because we're not Esau. You're not late because it's 2:01. And you better be on camp before 2:01. I'm just telling you straight up. That's the rules of the school. But we had a big shout out to the event. We had a whole event Sunday. The event started at what time, Barzo? You know what time it started? What time you got there? You see what I mean? So why? Chill out. Because, look, did anybody check you on it? You know why? Because we're not Esau. We're not Esau. And that's how you know what they call it nigger time. Right. That's what they call it. Our language is full of that. Full of Negro and spick and wetback time. Because we are not like Esau. All right? It is room to be somebody. There's no room to be anybody in America. You gotta literally be rebellious to get rich in America. What person do you know that followed the books? I'm talking about to the T. Followed the books, did everything they have to do, and they're the most richest person you're ever going to meet. Huh? If Bill Gates followed the books, he wouldn't be rich. Bill Gates had a partner. What's his name? You don't know. Did Bill Gates ever cut school? I bet you he did. I guarantee you he did. He took his partner out. You don't even know his partner's name. He ain't all about a book. Come on, man. Steve Jobs. Did he cut class? Huh? Did he use, what was that damn movie that came out with that pill, made you focus? I mean, did he ever have any of that? I'm pretty sure he had some form of it. Come on, man. It don't work like that. In America, the most richest people, most of them will tell you they only had a high school degree, or they had 1 year, they got, 2 years of college of associates. Most of them dropped out of college. A few of them was homeless. Come on, man. And then you mean to tell me we got to stick to the books on everything else? Anyway, back to the topic. Our language has room for you to breathe, all right? Words can drop off, okay? The is assumed. Things like is assumed. Things like of, words like of and is and the, or it's. Well, it's is, you're going to write it. But you're not going to write it is. You understand? You're going to write it, and it's going to mean it, okay? Now, and words can merge together, all right? So that's another way. So ran I, past tense, to the store, right? To the store, and then you will put for Tony, right? Because Tony is the subject, because this is describing the verb. What we just wrote right here, that's this. That's describing the verb. And then we're going to get into the subject, which is the noun. So for Tony, we're going to put ma. Ma meaning for. And then, of course, we're just going to put Tony right here, all right? Because Tony is the subject. Ma, and then Tony, all right? So we're just going to put ma right here. And then Tony. That's what it means. Ma meaning for Tony. Because in Hebrew, it will be whatever the name is. All right. I'll put, how about this? Give me a name for Moses. No, how about this for your house, y'all? Let's do that. All right. Matter of fact, we use Isaiah for this word. Let's use Isaiah, which is Yeshaya. Ma Yeshaya. All right, Yeshaya. And it's going to be Isaiah. We ran to the store for Isaiah. Ma Yeshaya, right? For Isaiah. And then we'll put in, okay? In, oh, damn, so I put the word in. I meant to put the Hebrew letter. So ba, at the beginning of the root word, ba, in, and then we're going to use cover. Give me cloak in the Bible, or what do they call it? Mantle. Give me mantle. How about that? Let's use the word mantle. We can find that in the Old Testament, right? We can find that in the Old Testament. Let's do mantle. See what we get. I'm gonna look up. Let's just use Judges. Matter of fact, let's use Samuel 15 and 27. You can read it whenever you get it, Barzal. 1 Samuel 15 and 27. It's real short.
This is the book of Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 7.
Verse 27.
Most likely. And verse 27.
Go ahead.
And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and it rent.
So he tore the skirt of his mantle, or the other person's mantle. This is the word for mantle, ma'ayah. Ma'ayah, mantle. And we'll use that for cover. All right? We'll just replace it right here for cover. So ma'ayah, or jacket, right? Ma'ayah. I think it might have been connected from how they had it. I think it was Mayal. Mayal, Bamayal. All right? You pronounce this word, My, and then Yal. And the reason why I'm saying that is to show y'all, you know what I mean? So it's good to prove all things. Just so if you see right here, this word right here is not Ma and then Ayal. It looks like it's saying mile. Mile. It doesn't look like it's two separate. Like they try to emphasize like two, like or three. What they call that? What you call it? So, I'm about to say subliminals. Look, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Syllables, right? So it didn't look like it was saying my eye, y'all, or even if they did meet yell, or whatever Yiddish they want to put, it didn't look like it was doing that. It looked like it was like trying to do one. So usually that's my y'all. It's just two. All right. So my y'all. So in cover, right? Ba, like I meant to put ba. Ba. My ayal in cover or in jacket, and then you need a ya at the end. Ba mayal ya. Ba mayal ya. In my jacket. Right? Or cover or mantle, however you want to do it. Right? This word was mantle that we use. So right now we at Ratazapaya Lamasha Arab Ma Yeshaya Bamayaya, and then jacket, and then black. Give me a scripture. Give me black and beauty, black and comely. Give me black and comely. There's some damn sisters out here. They black and goddamn comely with all their array. You understand? All right. There's some sisters out here that definitely like that.
Right. This is the book of Song of Solomon.
You know, all the UPK brothers, we all black and comely. We're going to leave it there, and nobody should challenge that. All right? Go ahead, Barzal.
Come. This is the Song of Solomon, the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
King Solomon said he was black and comely. And he dark, but he's comely. All right? And which means that the oppressor can never be Solomon, which means he can never be a Jew.
Right.
Because he doesn't fit the description. Because our black doesn't mean skin tone. It literally means our condition. That's our whole thing has always came from that. Like we the filth of the earth for being a Jew. Well, guess what? We black but beautiful. And in this case, his black did mean his skin tone. But the reason why I have so much power in it is because of our condition and how we put down for our condition. Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. And I'll just show you that the word black was actually, Songs of Solomon, I am black. So it started with black, I am. Now this ain't the usual word black. but this is Shakar. Shakar, which means black. You see it right here. Because you got Quadar, which means black, and then you got Shakar, which means black. So in my jacket, Bamayaya Shakar. Bamayaya Shakar, which means, hold on, boom, 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 let me see. So Shakar is black. So that being said, Ratazafaya, Lamasha Arab, Ma Yeshaya, Ba Mayaya Shakar. And y'all can't see the last little bit of rock over here. Let me just move this over just a tad bit. I don't think y'all can see anything. Oh no, you can't see that. I can't see Shakar right there, but I'm gonna still put it right here so y'all can get all of it. Shakar. Ratazafaya, Lamasha Arab, Yeshaya, Bamayaya, Shakar. Alright? But it's on me to say that, if you don't mind. I try to get everybody to practice on saying it. So y'all say it at home as well. Because that's how we gotta get used to pronouncing our words. I don't know if y'all noticed that when, oh damn, I had to put the marker in my pocket. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when we pronounce the Hebrew, you have to form your mouth and your tongue a different way than you would do in America. America, you gotta form your tongue and your lips to say E, O, U. But in our language, we got a raw, I, Yalia. You know what I mean? There is a difference. There's a different way you speak it. So you're gonna have to get used to saying it. So it's good to practice. If you good, if you could, if you can recite this, just try to say it twice. If you can recite it once and then just do it again.
Come on, Kyle. My Yashaya.
Oh, you gotta start up here and then come down. Boom. So
Come, Kyle. Wa Tazataya. Lamasha Arad. Ma Yeshaya. Ba my Yalaya. Yalya Slakia. Shakar.
Sign Christ.
Ra Tazataya. Lamasha Arad. Ma Yeshaya. Ba my Yalya Shakar.
My bad, I didn't put out a pronouncement Shia. Right here, I realized that. And but I got to give you a hand, right? Because he did Yeshaya without the actual English there. Just let you know that he was reading the Hebrew. Because we can read Hebrew up in the schools. Get it twisted. Yeah, we got the pronunciation up there, but it wasn't enough for my Yeshaya. Prove all things. Prove it. You just witnessed First Thessalonians 5:21. You just witnessed it. Must have been somebody out there hating. Hating at home. Damn. You're a computer gangster. You're hating at home. Computer thugs. Hating from the couch. He didn't read that. He had the pronunciation there. Hey, it cut. I know these devils be shadow banning us, man. Ratazafaya, Lamasha Arab, Mayashaya, Ba Mayalya, Shakar. And the reason why I try to repeat it, I want everybody at home to keep repeating it, because right now we're talking like a baby. Store, apple, potty, pee-pee, wet, wet. You want diaper, you cookie, you slow everything you have to slow everything down. Cookie, eat. You know what I mean? You slow it all down so they can learn it and learn how to say it and repeat it so they can talk. When you about 30, you be like, give me damn cookies, man.
Pass me that,
Pass me the when you get way up there in age, your customers don't even come out clear no more. Give me the goddamn stand.
Give me that shit.
Give it to me. Everybody started with cookie, eating. Everybody said the same things, man.
Right.
We all said the same things, but now that we're older, we can say he can rap when he put raps to it and put it on a beat. Hip hop, hip it, and all that. It ain't no more you in the diaper action, you know, mommy and all that, man.
Right.
So right now we're going slow. Atazafia, La Masha Ara, Ma Yeshaya, Ba My Yahweh, Shakar. But we want to get it to where we can say it fluently. Ratazafia, La Masha Ara, Ma Yeshaya, Ba My Yahweh, Shakar. And that's still slow. Because when you're angry, you be when you're arguing, and if you can argue in Hebrew, you bad. I mean, like, once I learn this fully through, I'm gonna call somebody that's cussing the hell out of people. So like, I am. One of my ribs, y'all gonna catch it. That's out of love. It's a lot. It's a lot here. I ain't gonna listen. I might try to wait until they make me mad. That might be better. So then it'll be real. It's me trying to do a fake, I'm gonna mess up.
Yeah.
I had to wait till y'all make me mad. And then I'm gonna come in and spill out the Hebrew on y'all. Once I fully got it. But that's if you can do that in Hebrew, man. When you angry and you mouth after something, when you can do the Hebrew like that, I can't even pass the first word. Angry. But this is why we do it, right? This is why we go through it and we learn. So now, I want to bring some more stuff out, right? Now, that was a good example for the first part. I hope everybody got this, too. That was a good example for the first part. I'm going to leave this up here to show y'all. You know, that's the structure of Hebrew.
Right, so if I could.
Go ahead.
You know, you just maybe making the example about, you know, if someone could, you know, say it in a fluent way, whether it was through a dispute or, you know, just talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's so of a, you know, a rough, I'm not gonna say rough language, but like, you know, so much of Lord language is like, imagine saying all that. It just sounds like a command.
Yeah.
You know, like I tried to just say it to myself, by myself, and it's just like, imagine if it did come out, you would feel like somebody cursed you out.
Yeah.
You know, speaking in Hebrew or other languages, you know, when you hear them speak their language, you know, cursing, whether it's Chinese or something, you be like, what you say? Like,
yeah.
It's just like, you don't even know what they saying, but it's like, oh, you talking.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's how it sounds, you know, it's like crazy.
You like, what you just say? Right. Like, even when them Africans, all that language, you be like, man, what you talking about? Let me tell y'all a short story, man. I was doing my slavery, and this African got in the car. She said, something. The hell did she say? At the end, it don't matter. At the end, she said, just like that. And kept going, like that was part of the conversation. And I turned around, it was like something. I'm like, oh, that's a thing?
Right.
Like that's a word? Like, hey, you know, it's just ridiculous, man. but it does sound off the wall. Now imagine this. It does sound like a command in certain languages where you hear it, it sounds like a command. English is soft because you got to think where it was formed at. Japheth was humble as well as Shem. Like the Hawaiians, they ain't never get out of pocket. A lot of them Filipinos, they be chill for the most part. But the Eskimos, they seem real humble. Like that matches them. But our language, imagine this. Imagine when a man says it. It sounds like, let me just tell you like this. Imagine a language where the men talk hard, the women talk soft. So imagine that same sentence, because some words in Hebrew you can tell, now this is why I'm going into this. Some words in Hebrew you can tell it is not made to be said soft. Like, give me one of the Psalms. I'll pull you something off here. I think Psalms is better. Like, Kamawaf now. If you don't pronounce that, it just, you can't say Kamawaf now. It's like it's made for a woman to be able to say it softly, but to just say it, like, it's like your words you get, you know what I mean? You gotta put some emphasis, like, Kamawaf now. Like, Kamawaf now. Kamawaf, you know. All right, give me another one. It's them good long words. Wasalachna now. Like, in order to pronounce that correctly, you're gonna have to say it right now. I can imagine the sister saying it softly, but even with the ka and all that, I can imagine it's like it's no in between. It's either you're gonna say it hard or you're gonna say it soft. Right. So imagine a language where the men speak hard and the women speak soft. That's our language. Where you ever hear sisters talk, they talk softly in school. You be like, damn. And I'm pretty sure they don't know how to say it hard. Because they got that Israel up in y'all, and it's amazing. Makes the marriage a lot better sometimes. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can ruin your marriage if you ain't playing your role the right way. And sisters don't like a man all extra soft-spoken to them all the time. Right. You think of that, like they put out that TikTok that said, the man you want versus the man that you know that's trying to get you. He like, hey, what's up, beautiful? The other one was like, man, wake your ass up. You ain't sleep. It's like for the language, and she got up, stretched, and was all hype because that is how a man is. Man's supposed to call you with the salak, something, you know what I mean? And not like, hey, salak, you see, command, he can say. He like, man, boy. All right, so let's keep it moving. Right, I want to read suffix to y'all. We're on page 385, right? Boom, boom. Let's start with suffix, right? 385. We're doing suffix. All right, it's locked. I'm trying to turn this so y'all can see it. All right, down at the bottom. So, this is the word suffix. We are reserving this term to refer specifically to object and possessive nouns, which are attached to verbs, right? Nouns and prepositions. They're attached to verbs, nouns, and prepositions. They describe the, Salaki. They're not describing. This is the suffix, which goes at the end, which we call the connecting words. All right, the connecting words. It says suffixes have no person, gender, or number. Salaki. Suffixes have person, gender, and number. Well, I knew that couldn't be right because we got something singular before. So, I'll give you an example of the prayer, the Lord's Prayer. We're going to do Malakwav Ka. We're going to do this word right here. ma, la, malak, wa, and then ka. Ka is the suffix in this case. Malak waf ka. All right. So this is an example. Malak waf ka. All right, and this is the one that we're going to break down. Now, malak is kingdom. This word malak right here. Malak is king, right? So malak is king. That's what that word means. Malak wa, however, means kingdom. So malak wa is kingdom. Ka at the end is saying your kingdom. So malak wa ka, your kingdom. Ka at the end is the suffix, or what we call the ending, the ending connector. All right, that's what we would call the ending connector. And I'm gonna give y'all some examples of ending connectors. Okay, hold on. We did syntax, boom, boom. I think we did prefix. On here, they do prefix as well. Okay, but for prefix, they only went into the character wa as a prefix. They didn't elaborate on any other prefixes, but I'll read it as well. First, let me give y'all an example. Let me give y'all some actual suffixes, some ending connectors, okay? So the first one, of course, I'm gonna put up is ka, because we did ka already. We just did it as an example. So these are suffixes, all right, or what we call in the school ending connectors. All right, ending connectors. Boom. That's what these are. All right. I'll take this slash and put an equal sign. It might be better understood that way. So the first one, ka. We'll put it over here. Ka means your, and it also means you. Okay? This is the character ka right here. Boom. It's ka. The next one, let's lock it. The next one that we did earlier is ya. The next character is ya, meaning me or mine. Character ya. Of course, the character wa. Okay. Wa meaning his or him. All right, and then it also, once you get further down, once you learn, it means they as well. All right. Ha at the end of a root word. Ha. Character ha. Meaning she. Oh, so I got to put her. I got to put ha. It's like it's actually saying her more than she. Ha at the end, the saying plus is the same both. Meaning her or like her slash she. Next up, we have nawa or nawa, right? However you want to say it, nawa. It's actually how we say it, nawa. na, wa. This is saying our, us, or we. Boom. Now we're going to do come. Come. Come, which is ka, and the character ma connected, is your plural, but it's masculine plural. Masculine plural. All right. Then you also have kun. Now remember, this is an ending, so it's your, but it's feminine plural. All right. So ma and na. So let's do ma. So you got the character ma at the end of a root word, right? Oh, Salaki. I was supposed to put the actual what's called. So ma will go right here. And of course, ma means their, masculine. And of course, the character na is their, feminine. All right. Then we're going to do hum and hun. Hopefully, I'm out the way for, I ain't all in your way. Hum. We're going to start with hum. Hum, meaning them, and it's masculine plural. All right. And then, of course, hum, H-A-N, or the ha and the character na connected, is them, feminine plural. Now, the last but not least, I'm going to explain this one. Remember I said they? Whenever you see Y at the end, it's saying they. Well, that's because it's a ya at the beginning and a Y at the end, right? Of the root word. So this would be the word right here. It would be whatever the word is there. Ya at the beginning, Y at the end. So you're going to put ya, and then you're going to put wa, and it means they. And this one is neutral. They, masculine or feminine. But remember what I talked about before. Our language has room to breathe. Room for you to be somebody, right? A lot of times you'll just see Y at the end, which is why it's up here today. You just see the character Y. It's in Psalms 83, a ton of places. It's the character Y. All over the place. Something Y. Because it kept saying, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. They that lift up the head. You know what I mean? It's saying they a whole lot, and it's something Y. All through Psalms 83. Let's read it. Give me Psalms 83 bars off. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up because I got it in the Hebrew. I'll pull it up. So Psalms, the 83rd chapter. We're going to start with verse 2, right? Kaya, Hana, Awayabika, your enemies, right? Yahama, your one. Wa Masha Na'a, Yaka, right? Your, again, right? Nasha'awa, they hate. Nasha'a is hate. Nasha'awa, or Nasha'awa, right? And then it goes to Ra'ash, right? Or Nashawa. I forget which one it is in Psalms 83. Right? And then we go to verse 3. Al-Imaka. Yahara Salaki. Ya'ira Yamwa. Remember that? Ya'ira Yamwa. Ya'ira Yamwa is they have taken. Right? They have taken crafty counsel. And as they have taken crafty. Or crafty with they on. All right? Rum is the root word. They put Ya'ira Yam Wa. So they put a Ya in between the Ra and the Ma. But Wa is at the end. Okay? Amarwa. They said Lakawa. They said Lakawa. Well, that's the tense, that Y right there. Boom, boom, I give you another one. Yakadwa. Kaya, Nasha Ainawa. You got that one right there. Slaki. Kaya, Nawa I Tazawa. Nawa I Tazawa Laba. Yakadwa. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Yakadwa, Baryah, Yakarathwa. Slaki. Yeah, Yakarathwa. They are confederate against thee. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Boom, boom. That was good enough. That was the time. We just did 3 verses, right? And of course, I didn't read all the verses, but I gave you an example of just Y at the end, without no Ya. Just Y at the end. All right. So boom. All right, so I did that part, right? Can I get a time check? 8:30. 8:30. Cool. I got a few more to put up here. Everybody should have this. I got a few more endings to put up here, but just to give y'all real quick, just to give y'all some more. Y'all already know these though. Yum, right? Y'all remember this. Yum is masculine plural. You know, it's not. It doesn't have a word meaning. It's masculine plural. It's like young is feminine plural, right? It's feminine plural. These don't have word meanings. Young and young. All right. I give you another word. It's not an ending, but it does come after the word. And that's the word za. Meaning it's not an ending because it's a separate word. All right? Za. And it means this. So let me move this over because I forgot the actual Z in Hebrew is the same Z that's in Japheth language, which is English. English is Japhetic language. It does not come from Esau. So let me just move this over. Zah. And you always remember that the oppressor, he such the devil, he stole English from Japheth. And Zah, it means this. Okay? It means this. And it's sometimes used as that. But it goes at the end of a word. Like this day. Give you an example. Your wom, slide there for 2 yards there. Your woms are this day. So day comes first, and then this. This day. Your woms are. This day have I made thee. So yeah, that's good. Y'all should have the endings that y'all need. All right, well, we'll go through and do some prefixes. I'll just give y'all a chance to get that down. Now, Hazahab, man, he gives words out there, He gives so many words. You know what I mean? Like, I be tuning in this joint, he having words on top of words. I be going through the structure, he be giving the words up, which is good. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have to learn the words too.
Right.
So now we'll do prefix. Right? We'll put beginning. I like to use here. I like to use the actual biblical. We'll put head. All right? We'll put head. The prefix is on the head. Or the beginning. I'll keep head up there. All right? Now we'll start with the same thing. The word ka. We'll just start there since we started with that one before. Ka. Let me move it over now. I just want to move it over some. Even though we should have enough room. Let's start here. Ka. Ka at the beginning means as, and it also means like. Let me think. I know one is saying Ka Rob. Yes, Ka Rob. You remember that? Psalms 83. As such and such, as the been. All right. Let me see. Let me find it for you, slot for y'all. Ka'ira. Make their nobles like Oreb. Remember that? Like Zahab, yeah. Or their princes as Zabah and as Amunah. Irab is Oreb. Ka'ira. So the first one is Ka. The next one we'll do is Yah. Yah at the beginning is saying he. All right, he. And depending on the it's also a tense to say he. No, we ain't gonna go there. It's saying he will, but in a lot of instances, or in certain instances, it's saying he will. That's not necessary. Why? We can cover that with the tenses. Why? Wat means and. It's also used as but and a ton of other different things. All right. So we all second to get those. And it's pretty much the same. Ma, la, all those different ones, right? Since I said ma, I'll put ma next. Ma is for or of. All right. Now, ma is also ma, the actual word. Ma, which is the character ma, the character ha. It means how or what. Then you also have, I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see this, maya, right? You also have maya, which maya, which is who. I'm about to write it the wrong way. I'm going to write it the Hebrew way. Maya is who. Salakia, I didn't put how to pronounce this either, so let me just move this over some. Let's put how to pronounce it. And it's M-A-H, it's Ma. Then you got Maya, which is who. And Maya, that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all try to put it over there off to the side. All right. Since I use character ha, I'll go over here and use ha. Ha is a character. When it's at the beginning, it means the. And it also means of. This character, oh yeah, I'm about to say. This character ma, for, of should really go last. Because the main one they use is ha. And I think like secondary they use la to mean yeah, they actually do use ma. They use ma more than ha. But ma also means from. Ma, which is from, and then last they use it as of. So you can see these slang in how we write. Ma is for, from, or of. Ha is the or of. Might be saying of this, from this, or of that. The character ma. Right? Now, wa is the only thing that doesn't mean of. But ma and ha, they use it as of. Also, the character la. La means to, and it's sometimes used as of. That'll just give you a sense of the slang. Which is why when it's Yahweh Shai, you write shall Yahweh Shai, shall Malak, shall Malaki, King of kings, Lord of lords, shall Malak, shall Malaki, right? You know what I mean? I ain't got no space to put Malakim, but you get it. And I put together shall, I can just do it this way. Shall Malak, young. Salak, I put shall Malak. Is Malak shall Malakim, out of one, shall out of one, King of kings, Lord of lords. Or else you would just have Malakim, out of one, which is the only reason why you would have the actual word shall, which means of. But it's not attached to the word, which is why it's not a connector over here, because it doesn't go with it. But ma, you will see ma such and such. Maya such and such, right? But I have like a little dash. I have the dash there. Whereas, ma and then the actual next, Hebrew word with it, with that dash. All right? Let's give y'all an example. But I wanted to bring this out because without putting shall, without putting the actual word for of, because the word for of is shall. Shall means of. S-H-A-L. Right? Then you would just have malakium, adawanyum, and that doesn't sound, that's not proper. It just don't sound right. So they put the actual word for of. Shall malakium, adawanyum. King of kings, Lord of lords. All right, let me give you another one. Ba, character ba. Now this one, ba is used as a few different things. It means in. It also means at. It also means by. And it's also used as with. But that's last. In, at, by, with is by. By the way, baha, and then whatever the root word for way is. All right. Aba, ga, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, ra, ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, kwa, ra, sha, ba. Sha is a connector. That means sha, character sha. Move it over so. Sha. Now, a lot of times I go back over these because it gives the new students time to catch up to us where we at. Because we doing something and going and going and going. And then they new coming in, they're gonna take in all this. I mean, so going back to do different things like this, you might see me go back and do the tenses. Just so we don't pass. You know what I mean? We just keep going light years ahead of everybody else. That's not cool. You know what I mean? It's not brotherly. So the character sha, it means which, that, or pertaining to. Pertaining to. Which pertaining to, and actually that will be last. So let me put that up there. That, which, or pertaining to. So, like I said, these just some connectors. Boom. All right, I got a little bit more for y'all. A little bit more. Hold on. Get prefix. We didn't do prefix. They just talked about why, but we did suffix. Then we do verb. That's what I gotta do, verb. Boom. I gotta do verb, and I want to do, verb is probably gonna be the last one, because verb is a little bit, it goes a little bit into it on verb. Goes a little bit in on verb. Right. Or where's the other one? Verb. 5. And we do that 6. We go here 7. Okay. All right, cool. So we'll try to get everything in. We on verb, which is 3. We got to go. I want to go all the way to 7. So let's keep going. So we got those, right? So I'm gonna read to you about verb. This is page. Where we at? It's page 388. It's a lot. Page 388. Let y'all write those down. Step back out the way. Verb. A word or words which expresses action, existence, or occurrence. In Hebrew, the verb has 5 forms: affix, prefix, participle, imperative, and infinitive. Now that's all Yiddish. When I say Yiddish, meaning that's the oppressor trying to describe. He's trying to categorize our language and how we speak. So you can just skip that. It has 7 stems, now I'm saying it, but none of this matters. It has 7 stems: qual, nifal, pil, pual, nifal, profile, and hit pil. All right, so just skip all of it. It says, because Hebrew uses few adjectives and adverbs, the impact and color of the language are conveyed particularly through the verb. Why? Because we are people that want to know what the F happened. We're not big on all the other details. The only time the details come in is when you're really describing your action. What is drip? Drip is you're describing the action of you being the best. That's why drip matters. That's why swag matters. You understand? That's why those words matter. That's why the GOAT, greatest of all time, that's why those matter. You saying I'm the best. So we are people that's big on the verb. I'm gonna keep going. The fact that the verb can be built up in front with performatives, strengthened in the middle by a dagesh infix, and lengthened by an additional pronominal suffixes, enhances its conspicuousness. Now that's Esau. Remember, he's describing our language, right? So you can just not regard any of the guest garbage. But here's what he is trying to say. The fact that the verb can be built up and strengthened and lengthened with the addition of pronominal suffixes enhances it, right? Meaning how we did wa, ka, wa, all those ending words. To say yom, to say they did this. Remember, I added thayah for the tense. To say I ran, past tense. They are strengthened. The verb is strengthened. I ran. All right, so just things like that. It enhances the verb. And we're gonna keep going, right? It says the verbs in Deuteronomy 6 and 7 are a representative example of the strength of highly inflected verbs. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy. It's like chapter 6 and verse 7.
Oh, before you read that, I want to say, continue to read this. Notice how English needs about 4 times as many words to get across the ideas which in Hebrew are carried on the verb. Remember, we did that in the beginning. I said all this would be one word, all that would be one word, all this would be one word. because that is how we do. That's how we speak, and that's how we write. In English, you need 4 times as many words to get across the idea that you're going to get across in Hebrew. I ran, 1 word. To the store, 1 word. In my black jacket, or in my jacket, 1 word. Black, the 2nd word. So it's 2 words. Well, I said in my black jacket in 2 words. I said ran to the store in 2 words. I said ran to the store in my black jacket in 4 words. That's why I said it's going to take 4 times as many words to get the same idea across in English, in a bastard's tongue. Read Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Oh, 6 and 7? Or
6 and 7, slide.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Read it again from the top. This is so important. Read it again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
And what is it talking about we're going to teach? Listen, I'll read it from verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. And thou shalt that was Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in the house, when thou walkest in the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. The Lord said, teach his laws to our children. That's what he's talking about. The way we teach in this Hebrew, we got to teach God's law to our children. It is no way in hell our people should be celebrating Thanksgiving, and it is no way in hell our people should be celebrating Christmas, man. Or 4th of July, or our birthday, or Happy New Year, which is not even the New Year, it's the dead of the winter. The New Year starts when the spring starts. That's when everything is new. Or Independence Day, or Mother's Day, or Father's Day. I mean, come on, or Veterans Day, or any of these things that the oppressor taught us to celebrate. That's not in God's law. Let me show you something in Hebrew. Take a look at this. You see this right here? This short little thing right here? Now take a look at all this. All this was said right here. All that was said right there. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to count each word. It said it takes about 4 times more words to get the same idea across. We're going to count each word here. We're going to count each word on the other side. So let's start with the Hebrew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. Which means we get to throw something extra in there. We get to count to 10 in Hebrew. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, Shashah, Salakia, Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kadash, Shashah, Shabai, Shamawana, the Shai Isra. That's 10 words. We're going to put up here, we're going to write the 10 in a second. So we said in 10 words, In 10 words, in English, it took us how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to count to 10 in Hebrew, and then after 10, I'll just go in English. Akkad, Shanliyash, Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Chamash, Shashah, Shamawana, Shabai, Shalaki, I said Shamawana. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, Shashah, Shabai, Shamawana, Thashai, Ishura. That was 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 words. We said in 10 words, what it takes in English, 38 words you have to say. That's a goddamn mouthful. That's a goddamn mouthful. We said it in 10 words. 10. What it takes 38 damn words in English. So let's put up, we're gonna count to 10 in Hebrew. We're gonna put right here. We're gonna count 1 to 10 in Hebrew. All right. And we're gonna do ba, you know what? We're just gonna leave it like that because I don't want y'all to think that means count to 10. Akkad, 1. Right here. Akkad. It's the number 1. Shanya, and this is how you say it. You pronounce it Akkad. Akkad. Then you got Shanya. Shanya equals 2. And this is how you pronounce it. Shan. Ya. All right. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash. Which is 3. Right? Shalash. Hey, that's listen. I might gotta start numbering the babies up in the kingdom. I'm just naming you 3. Shalash, my daughter. 3. Daughter number 3, Shalash. Good night. To make up for all 35 kids. Give me the scripture where the brother had 35 kids or 40 kids. I think he had 40 sons or 35 sons. You can just type that in Google. Say, put KJV behind it. Put 35 sons or 40 kids, KJV. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai. Arabai. Arabai is 4. For Arabai, Kamash. Kamash. Because remember, Kadash is new or month. Kamash is 5. Kamash. Kamash, Shasha is the number 6. 6 is Shasha. All right. Shabai is where I kept getting stuck at. Shabai, because Shabai, you got Kashai, which is 9. But Shabai is 7. You know that because it's 7. Shabai. Shabai is the number 7. All right. Shabai, Shamawana is number 8. Shama Wana. Shama Wana. Alright? Which is the number 8. I don't know if y'all can see this over here. Oh, damn, I had to bring it back a little bit. I have to be careful because of how far everything else is. Boom. Sha. I'm trying to steal. Ma. Wa. Na. Shamawana is the number 8. Y'all see that? Shamawana is number 8. We know if you got it, Barzal.
Cool.
We're gonna do number 9 for Shy, which I kept getting jammed up with Shabai for 7, and for Shy for the number 9. You can read it.
Okay.
And then 10 is Aisha.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 10 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
And he had 30 sons.
Hold on, wait, yeah, what?
30 sons
30 sons. Go ahead.
that rode on 30 ass colts.
Read up one verse.
Okay. And after him arose Jair.
Jair. Go ahead.
A Gileadite.
A Gileadite. I'm a Gilead who had Gilead. I think might have been one of the northern tribes. Had Gilead. Go ahead.
And judged Israel 22 years.
That meaning the land of Gilead. Just so y'all know. Go ahead.
And he had 30 sons.
And this cat, Jair, had 30 sons. One of his sons he named Kai. He had to. We're just going to name you a Kai. And one of my sons I'm going to name Tashai. I might name a daughter that. I'm going to name one of y'all Isupk. or damn, I got to name a daughter that too. Name his son Kamash. For 5. Yeah, 30 sons. Go ahead.
Okay. That rode on 30 ass colts.
That rode on 30 ass colts. So one of his sons I would name Arabai, Officer Arabai, Officer Kamash, Officer Akai. Then the rest I would just name daughters. The Shai, Shasha. Now I think I might name a son for Shai. That might be all right. The Shai for a son. Shanya, daughter. Shalash, daughter. Name his sister Shabaya for my 7th, right? Shasha, daughter. Shamawana, daughter. You know what I mean? Aisha, daughter. So the brother had 30 sons. So you might just gotta start naming these babies numbers, Barzal. Just start giving them number names. Like, hey, which one? Who your mom? Let me tell you what I used to do with your mom. Oh, I smack you. He'd be like, Dad, hey, Pop, no, don't do that. Don't do that, Dad. Come on, let me take you home. Tell you what I used to do with your mom. Let me tell you this. See, she was my hey, hold on, Dad. Hold on, Dad. We ain't gonna do this today. Let's do this. Let me take you home. Get you some more strong and take you in the grave. That's the Lord. 30 children. 30. Come on, man. The kingdom is at hand, y'all. With that being said, I'm gonna pass the class over. Lakahan, Wakwatazayan, Barzal Rakad. 30 kids, 30 boys. 30. That's not mentioning the daughters. Let's talk about my sons. Remember, the verb. It's the topic. It's the action. 30 boys. 30. Niggas tell me I got to start at 5. Nigga, I got a full-fledged football team.
Never had no seats in the feast.
You can't sit in the stands because my daughter's there.
Right. I just offer some morale, one more hand. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West between 5th Street of New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is commanded, you read about it in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Aisha will be 10% in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you, give to the teacher. Priest run free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you like to give. Become holy convocation will be the feast of dedication, our Hanukkah, which falls on the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, which will be December 17th, 2022. We read about that in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. And my Akina Aquads check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear a black boot, shirt, pants, headband, or a scarf. And with that, I'm Maja, which means to sing. We're going to be Lord's Prayer. Sorry, I call how it's done. Just return the face to the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer and then translate it back into Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Shaddah, Hayah, Shankar, Yahweh, Malakuka, Atazaka, Aisha, Aratiza, Hayah, Ashamayu, Come, Our God, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Give us our debts. And lead us not. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So big. Sorry was concerned. And if Israel will be a brothers of courteous salute. And if Israel, I'm not Shabbat. I'm Mata. Barak. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Barakatah. Yahshua, which again is down. Sorry. Sisters now give me stand. I'm Mata. And Sister Jeremiah Shabbat will be with your feet at a 45-degree angle. Your right hand clasp over your left. When we say Barak with an open hand, smack your chest and say the salute back to the brothers. Men of Israel, we will give sisters a courteous salute. Men of Israel, I'm out Shabbat, I'm Mata, Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh, class dismissed. Shalom, Israel. Go enjoy your Sabbath, man. Don't let nobody oppress you on the Sabbath, all right? With that being said, while tuning in Israel, shalom.